Hi, how you doing?
Good, thanks. Max in his first start in international will be at 15.
Yeah.
So is that what you hope to see from him?
Um, I think he was in great form. Certainly within the Lions series. There, I mean, wow, he was. I hadn't seen him in better form actually. And then obviously the foot injury stopped that progress. But I think he's got the bit between his teeth as far as what he learned on that tour. And obviously he played his last game at 15 as well. Coming back into the group, you're always going to assess. He came in on Monday night, got across his work. Sunday night, sorry, got across his work Sunday and Monday, and then trained the house down on Tuesday. So he's proved to not just to us, the coaching staff, but to everyone else that he's up for this and ready and able. I suppose as well, every single time that Max played for us as a winger, he's always covered fullback. He's always been able to get across the work there, so we get to see that in action.
What has Paddy McCarthy done to earn his first start?
His temperament has been excellent. Not just how he's handled. Chicago would have been massive for him as far as a debut is concerned. The age he's at and up against the team that he played his debut against, and then backing that up. He's always hard when you're on a come down from a debut on a Sunday or Monday. But how he handled the week last week was excellent, and he came on and he didn't just fit in. He added to the group. So I think this is an ideal window for him and a few others to see how they manage a bit of continuity within how they play, whether it's win or lose, how they review, recover, and then deal with getting back up to the crescendo that's going to be Saturday night. So he deserves his start, and we're looking forward to seeing how he goes.
Change at 10. What's the thinking behind giving Sam a start?
Deserves a start. I think Jack's done some good stuff and had 3 weeks there in the driving seat as far as preparation is concerned. We know that the 10s tend to run the week. Giving Sam an opportunity within a big game is pretty important to him and to Jack as well. And I suppose he came on, played pretty well. So giving them the opportunity to hold the reins on Saturday night is the one that we've gone with.
Thanks. Will?
Andy, hi. Just with the changes, 9 changes overall, was it always in the plan to make a substantial amount of changes, or was that something you...
There's always a plan. There's always a plan. Plans always change, whether it be subtly or quite a bit. Obviously, there was a lot of change within the side last week, so you would have thought that was always going to be the case. At this stage of the season, with the 4 games being back to back, and the 3 big Southern Hemisphere teams that we're going to come up against, I think there was always going to be a little bit of juggling.
And finally, just for me, the players and yourself, you know Joe so well, and you come up against him so often over the past 12 months, especially with the Lions and different things. And the players know each other so well. Is there an advantage or disadvantage going into the game with that?
I don't think there's an advantage. I think the thing that you've got to be clear about is that every single time that you play someone, that you don't just keep adding and adding and adding, and then when you get to the point of clarity, etc., you end up getting muddled for what it is that you want to stand for. So I suppose that's been the key for us this week.
Thanks.
Cheers, thanks.
Just on Gary and Josh, were they...
No, they're not considered. No, they're not far off now, and at a push we could have pushed them, but there's no need to do that. We're expecting them to be fully fit for next week.
I know before the All Blacks match, you thought the team was in a good place, and last week you told us you didn't get the response you wanted during the Japan match. Has your message or tone changed this week of what you want from your team?
That's a good question. It changes like the wind, the tone. No, there's obviously different learnings from both games, and you know there's different teams that took the field on both given days. But to put briefly, we're expecting a better performance from ourselves, hopefully the best one, obviously, of the season so far. And because it's going to be needed against a side that's very talented and a little bit wounded, and makes them a little bit more dangerous, I would have thought.
I think the way Joe missed out to last year, very narrow defeat here, could be his last chance to
Oh look, there's a lot of water that's gone under the bridge since that performance, but I've no doubt, knowing him, that he'll have been eyeing this fixture up for a while.
They won't outdo you in the hunger stakes, will they?
Well, we'll see. That's up to us, isn't it?
Peter, last question.
Hey, Peter.
I'd say people will look at Paddy's selection and think of it as having half an eye to the future. But do you see him as the contender in the here and now and in the Six Nations?
Well, that's what it should look like, because we don't put people in that position, you know, to be so vulnerable that it can damage them. We look at how they dealt with the pressure of coming into camp, and how they deal with, you know, the first two games that Paddy's had, and you work accordingly from that. And from what we've seen an attitude that's has been fantastic as far as coachability and learning and getting things pretty quickly, but also being level-headed enough to not get too much in his own way as far as his thoughts are concerned, etc. And when you put together all of that with his bread and butter stuff, which is his scrummaging, we've been really impressed. So therefore, he gets his start, and rightly so.
Just the last question off the ball.
Two lads on the bench, two Prendergast and Finley. How impressive have they been over the last couple of games?
I thought they was excellent last week, both of them. They both saw their opportunity and attacked it in the right manner. They weren't desperate. They played the game that was in front of them, and showed good character throughout. So rightly so, they deserve another crack.